I think you alluded to this earlier, Chair, that Tasmania is, well, in terms of no longer having a climate change minister, Tasmania is the only state or territory apart from Queensland, as far as I'm aware, that does not have a climate change minister. And as we've discussed, the forward estimates reflect a significant drop-off in the funding allocated to climate change. Now, you've explained that there will be, once the new climate change plan is, action plan is developed, there'll be requests for further funding. But I think, as Ms Lovell pointed out, we can be pretty confident that more than what is allocated in the forward estimates will be needed. So in the face of no Minister for Climate Change and significant funding drops over the forward estimates, how can Tasmanians be assured the government is taking climate change seriously?
Well, I am the Minister with the responsibility for climate change, and it is a responsibility that I am very pleased and proud to have, and I note that the government is committed to addressing the challenges and opportunities around climate change and building Tasmania's resilience by virtue of our emissions and resilience plan, and by leaning into our circular economy, and a great deal of good work is happening there. So, as I say, we have a department that is responsible. I'm the responsible minister, so I don't accept the substance of the question. Tasmania has a great story to tell when it comes to our emissions profile and our carbon negative status. So I think we will continue to build on that, and the government continues to invest, and will continue to invest.
Okay. I understand the Climate Change Act is due for its 4-yearly review this year. So has this review commenced?
Yes, I'm aware that it is part of the actions of the Act that we have a 4-yearly review, and that review also includes the governance of the Act, as was agreed on the floor of this House, and the government will commence an independent review of the Climate Change Act this year. The most recent one was 4 years ago, and done by consulting firm Jacobs. In terms of, and I've mentioned the governance review, and Sarah may have some further detail on where we are exactly at with our review of the Act.
Through you, Minister, we have got a requirement to commence, as you've indicated, the independent review this year. And we have commenced drafting the terms of reference associated with that review, and they're pretty consistent and in line with the Act, and we're currently working that through, and we'll start it this year as was required. There's a number of considerations that need to be considered in the review, and that includes a significant consultation piece, which is a legislative requirement under the Act.
Okay, so you think it will start this year, there'll be a significant consultation period, and then when do you expect it to be concluded? Do you have a project timeline?
Yeah, and it's pretty flexible at this stage, depending on when it sort of kicks off, but I'd sort of say 6 to 12 months is usually the time frame that would take.
So you don't have a fixed expected start date for public consultation or anything like that yet?
Not at this stage, no. There's sort of indicative, time frames, but nothing's confirmed at this stage. Yeah.
We might do some work to confirm.
Yeah.
We're 3/4 of the way through the year.
Yeah, I think we can.
It'll definitely kick off, but just being.
So is there an expectation to be completed by the end of the next year? The review?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.